Unit 14, Environmental Chemistry. The world has achieved brilliance without wisdom, power without conscience. Ours is a world of nuclear giants and ethical infants. Objectives. After studying this unit, you will be able to understand the meaning of environmental chemistry, define atmospheric pollution, least reasons for global warming, greenhouse effect and acid rain, identify causes for ozone layer depletion and its effects, give reasons for water pollution and know about international standards for drinking water, describe causes of soil pollution, suggest and adopt strategies for control of environmental pollution, appreciate the importance of green chemistry in day to day life. You have already studied about environment in your earlier classes. And environmental studies deal with the sum of all social, economical, biological, physical, and chemical interrelations with our surroundings. In this unit, the focus will be on environmental chemistry. Environmental chemistry deals with the study of the origin, transport, reactions, effects, and fates of chemical species in the environment. Let us discuss some important aspects of environmental chemistry. 14.1 Environmental pollution. Environmental pollution is the effect of undesirable changes in our surroundings that have harmful effects on plants, animals, and human beings. A substance which causes pollution is called pollutant. Pollutants can be solid, liquid, or gaseous substances present in greater concentration than in natural abundance and are produced due to human activities or due to natural happenings. Do you know an average human being requires nearly 12 to 15 times more air than the food? So, even small amounts of pollutants in the air become significant compared to similar levels present in the food. Pollutants can be degradable, like discarded vegetables which rapidly break down by natural processes. On the other hand, pollutants which are slowly degradable remain in the environment in an unchanged form for many decades. For example, substances such as dichlorodiphenyl trichloroethane, DDT, plastic materials, heavy metals, many chemicals, nuclear wastes, etc., once released into the environment are difficult to remove. These pollutants cannot be degraded by natural processes and are harmful to living organisms. In the process of environmental pollution, pollutants originate from a source and get transported by air or water or are dumped into the soil by human beings. 14.2 and Atmospheric pollution. The atmosphere that surrounds the earth is not the same thickness at all heights. There are concentric layers of air or regions and each layer has different density. The lowest region of atmosphere in which the human beings along with other organisms live is called troposphere. It extends up to the height of nearly 10 km from sea level. Above the troposphere, between 10 and 50 km above sea level lies stratosphere. Troposphere is a turbulent, dusty zone containing air, much water vapor and clouds. This is the region of strong air movement and cloud formation. The stratosphere, on the other hand, contains dinitrogen, dioxygen, ozone, and little water vapor. Atmospheric pollution is generally studied as troposphere and stratosphere pollution. The presence of ozone in the stratosphere prevents about 99.5% of sun's harmful ultraviolet UV radiations from reaching the earth's surface and thereby protecting human and other animals from its effects. 14.2.1 Tropospheric pollution. Tropospheric pollution occurs due to the presence of undesirable solid or gaseous particles in the air. The following are the major gaseous and particulate pollutants present in the troposphere. First, gaseous air pollutants. These are oxides of sulfur, nitrogen, and carbon hydrogen sulfide hydrocarbons, ozone and other oxidants. Second, particulate pollutants. These are dust, mist, fumes, smoke, smog, etc. First is gaseous air pollutants. A. Oxides of sulfur. Oxides of sulfur are produced when sulfur containing fossil fuel is burnt. The most common species, sulfur dioxide, is a gas that is poisonous to both animals and plants. It has been reported that even a low concentration of sulfur dioxide causes respiratory diseases, example asthma, bronchitis, emphysema in human beings. Sulfur dioxide causes irritation to the eyes, resulting in tears and redness. High concentration of SO2 leads to stiffness of flower buds which eventually fall off from plants. Uncatalyzed oxidation of sulfur dioxide is low. However, the presence of particulate matter in polluted air catalyzes the oxidation of sulfur dioxide to sulfur trioxide. 2SO2 plus O2 gives 2SO3. The reaction can also be promoted by ozone and hydrogen peroxide. SO2 plus O3 gives SO3 plus O2. SO2 plus H2O2 gives H2SO4. B. Oxides of nitrogen. Dinitrogen and dioxygen are the main constituents of air. These gases do not react with each other at a normal temperature. At high altitudes, when lightning strikes, they combine to form oxides of nitrogen. NO2 is oxidized to nitrate ion, NO3-, which is washed into soil where it serves as a fertilizer. In an automobile engine, at high temperature, when fossil fuel is burned, dinitrogen and dioxygen combine to yield significant quantities of nitric oxide NO and nitrogen dioxide NO2 as given below. N2 plus O2 at 1483 K 2NO. NO reacts instantly with oxygen to give NO2. 2NO plus O2 gives 2NO2. Rate of production of NO2 is faster when nitric oxide reacts with ozone in the stratosphere. NO plus O3 gives NO2 plus O2. The irritant red haze in the traffic and congested places is due to oxides of nitrogen. Higher concentrations of NO2 damage the leaves of plants and retard the rate of photosynthesis. Nitrogen dioxide is a lung irritant that can lead to an acute respiratory disease in children. It is toxic to living tissues also. Nitrogen dioxide is also harmful to various textile fibers and metals. C. Hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons are composed of hydrogen and carbon only formed by incomplete combustion of fuel used in automobiles. Hydrocarbons are carcinogenic, that is, they cause cancer. They harm plants by causing aging, breakdown of tissues, and shedding of leaves, flowers, and twigs. D. Oxides of carbon will be covered in the next video. Thank you.